Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Boiler Express podcast, an in-season episode of the Boiler Express podcast. We've officially kicked off football season, and we kicked it off the right way. We are 1-0, coming off of a nice win against an FBS program at Ball State. Little Maction in Ross-Ade this past weekend. So got the dub. Team played pretty well. We'll talk about all that. But, yeah, how are you guys doing?
Happy that we're talking after a win. No complaints.
Yeah, absolutely. I was really happy. I know we talked about this a little bit before the show started, but I was really happy to see the turnout at Ross-Ade. I always get so fixated on that. I'm like, what's the crowd look like? How many people are there? But it was just cool to see that. I mean, and I know Greg McManus, a faithful listener to and watcher of the show, I think he traveled all the way from Nebraska for the game. So. Appreciate I think that's awesome that there was so much excitement and support that we had, or I think it was around 54,000 people for the home opener, which I know has been like kind of the trend for the last few years, but still good to just see that. I mean, after 1-11 season and being able to still bring in that much support and everything was good to see. So yeah,
for sure.
I'm not surprised at all.
I think it was a super fun experience. There's a lot of good, some bad. I mean, you're coming off a 1-11 season when 65% of your roster is flipped. I think that's going to happen, but ultimately, I think it was super good. I like the composure. I like some of the intangibles that were shown. You know, you've got the tackling. There's a little bit of a lull about 10 minutes into the third quarter. Tackling seemed to get a little squirrely, but it kind of locked back in again.
Mm-hmm.
But tackling looked good. Blocking, goods and bads. I know PFF doesn't like what our pass pro grade is, but generally I thought for a first game under a new coach, it looked okay. And then just guys running routes. Brown looked really good. Had a career day passing. No, I just think overall it was really good.
Dude, I loved I love watch. I was watching some of the highlights of the game today, and I just noticed this today. I don't know if he did this on purpose or not, probably not, but he definitely did like the what's his name? Jack Sparrow run when he ran into after he ran into the end zone, he was doing the like it was fun.
You're talking about Ryan Brown?
Yeah, when he ran he definitely did.
I couldn't tell if that was intentional or not. I thought
I think it was.
Yeah. I couldn't, because he did it for just a split second.
Yeah,
I thought it may have been like a weird like he was trying to dodge something or hand the ball to the ref. Like he kind of went. He didn't go about it in the most graceful way.
No.
But I noticed that too, and I even went back and it's like, did I see that right?
And I loved getting to see Ahmad Branch kind of have his coming out game. I mean, that was his first catch in his third season out at Purdue, so it was good to see. Don't be hating on Jack Sparrow. No hate at all for Jack Sparrow. We loved it.
Yeah,
we loved it. But yeah, it was good to see. It was just good to see. Good to see it all play out. I had a thought in my head, and it vanished as soon as I started talking. So yeah.
Well, so changed my mind.
Okay.
Michael Jackson III had a better game than Ahmad Branch. Changed my mind.
I hate Russ. Or whoever just went hee.
Look, I was still getting adjusted. I didn't realize you were just going to throw me on as soon as the picture came up. I didn't even get to see the picture before y'all saw it.
Good morning.
So,
so I think big playability obviously was Branch, but consistency was Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I look at what's repeatable, right? We're gonna have to come up with a name like MJ3 or something. Got the boys from the OHIO podcast in here.
What's up, fellas?
Did you all start the "We Want Ohio State" chants? Not quite yet, but maybe we'll start the "We Want Florida State" chants. Maybe we'll start those.
Yeah, is "We Want Bama" a thing anymore now? That's dead, right?
Right.
So I mean, like, in my opinion, Ahmad Branch, like, Chris, he made the big plays. He made the tough catches, the one-handed grab on the sideline. Obviously,
that was so cold.
The touchdown run. where he shed I think 4 tackles to get into the end zone was
That
really
reminded me of that Deion Burks run.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
or even Rondale Moore against Ohio State, honestly.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
to answer this question from Rojo, can he moonwalk? I think he said he got asked this week, like if he was gonna like about the celebration. He said he was definitely gonna bust out some other, I think Michael Jackson-esque variations. So
Yeah.
he probably will. He's probably practicing that right now. He's probably watching film.
Well, and he said too that it wasn't a premeditated thing to dance like Michael Jackson on his touchdown.
I hope
catch.
so.
He
You
said
got to
it
play
was,
into that, right?
He said it was
Just
something that
happened.
just came to him in the moment. And I'm like, I feel like you probably had that planned.
Oh yeah.
You just but Russ, what do you think? Who had the better game between Michael Jackson III or Ahmad Branch? There's no right or wrong. It's just opinion.
Well, I'm going to think of it from a perspective of whose game would I rather have. I would have rather had Branch's game. Michael Jackson definitely had the stats, but to come out and have your first catch be on the first drive and be the first touchdown of the season, like give me that memory in that game. I think they're both obviously going to have great games many weeks to come here. But yeah, I'll take Branch's moment there over the game that Jackson had.
Ahmad Branch had 100 yards, 3 minutes into the game?
Yeah.
I mean, that was
3
Really?
catches, 101 yards, and a touchdown.
yeah. And then didn't catch another pass.
And that is the. I wonder if they ended up just like moving and bracketed him, or what they were doing that made him just non-existent. Bracketed him. Yeah. It's been a long time. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I thought the game kind of lulled into the second half. Like it just seemed like the offense just kind of was like content with where they were and just like, yeah.
It felt like they were a little bit pleasantly surprised that it worked as well as it did right out the gate. And then it was like kind of get out in front of your skates a little bit, like, okay, what do we do now? What I don't know what this is. What do we I don't like we're just a big hairy American winning machine. I don't
Well, honestly, it got to a point where, like, I'm still convinced, like, they didn't show everything that.
100%.
So
100%.
that's why I'm like I'm not too bent ass shape about it. Like, it's like whatever.
No, I was definitely thinking when the second half started, I was like, dang, we really might hit 45 points, because I think that was my prediction was like 45-7 or something like that. And I was like, this team is going to do it. So I wasn't like disappointed. I was just, I think, surprised that we didn't go past 31. I was like, we definitely could have ran up the score a little bit more. But I mean, you can't complain about winning 31-0. So.
Yeah, one thing we haven't mentioned yet, and it's been talked about a lot in the media. It's been talked about by Coach Odom. Has been the tackling. Looked great the first half, I thought, and then there, kind of in the third quarter, it was, missing some tackles. With PFF did ding us for 15 total missed tackles
15
in the game.
Good gravy.
Yeah. And Darius Coffey actually missed all of his tackle attempts.
Good gracious.
Dang it, Coffee.
No, I'm sorry. There was one. Yeah, he was 1 for 5. So, I mean, is that something you all are concerned about? Because the commentary made a good point, and that they said the guys are there, multiple guys are there, but also when you have multiple guys missing, like that's not ideal. But that was something that we saw last year too. But how worried are you all about
I'm
that
not
right now?
really, because that's all fixable, right? Like, and I know we've said that plenty of times, that's fixable, and I understand that, but I think it ultimately comes down to, like, if one guy misses, there's 4 other guys around, and I like that. Oh, there he is.
Oh my God,
Mr. You're such a clown.
don't you ever disrespect Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I honestly wasn't going to come on because I'm so tired, but then I saw Russ was on, and I was like, wow, I can't let that fly.
Can't let the
Well,
old
my whole
man-
family showed up last week. I figured I'd actually show up this week. So,
Wow.
Dylan, I think you might be on your laptop, Mike.
Oh,
Just
good.
up.
So that whole Stone Cold thing sounded like crap.
It was definitely hard to tell from me, who doesn't know that song.
Okay, let's
It sounded
redo it.
like-
once. Is
Yeah.
that better?
It sounds the same. The only reason I'm telling you is because these things aren't cheap, so you might as well get your money's worth
Oh,
out
no,
of it.
that's what I'm saying. USB audio codec. Is that? Oh, that's speakers. 1 second.
And we are in
Yeah.
mid-season form right now, folks.
Wait, is that better?
Season form. There you go. Sound great. Sound like you're on the radio. That sounds a little bit better. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
So
So,
we were talking
of the-
about.
Anyway, sorry.
Of the players who started, were there any surprises in your all's eyes?
Oh gosh.
Carrera, number 5 on the defensive line.
Charles Correa. Yeah, he was the
Correa,
big one for
yeah.
me.
I love that kid. That kid has a motor that is absolutely banana. He remind me of the last defensive line when with the number 5 to play. Like very good.
Really, Carl
I-
Loftus kind of
I
praised it.
really liked his drive and his motor and his get after it.
Wait, why? I
and
think
it-
Nick Carraway was the last 5.
Oh, I was talking about Karloftis, but
Oh,
no,
thought we were talking about my boy.
no, the guy who left us, no. But and his sleeve looks pretty good. His tattoos are shit.
It's
sick.
like Damon's like the kid that you can't mention the parent that like left the family around him because he's going, Dad, is that you?
Did you finally
Nick
bring milk?
Carraway? Did you you were talking about Nick Carraway? Oh, I love that guy. Where is he? Is he here?
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, Correa, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like we didn't hear his name at all, before the season.
Yeah.
Didn't hear much about him, and he gets plopped into a starting role. Looks good. Definitely looked good in my opinion.
I tell you what, I really like Mr. Solar Panel himself, Crew Wakely. I thought he was pretty good too.
Mr.
Yeah.
You have to explain that one.
He used to. He was before Purdue called him to come back. He was selling solar panels like as a job.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Blue collar.
he had that. He sort of had that Dylan Thieneman-esque hit.
Greg, we were
on a
just
break-
talking
on a
about you.
breakaway.
Talk about how
We
you-
were just talking about you.
McManus is in the house. What's up, Grego? Good seeing you.
Welcome
I
to
hope I
Greg.
get to see him. We were all talking on Twitter about our commutes to games, and I was complaining about driving from Dayton, which is like 2-3 hours, and then Greg's like, "I drive from Nebraska," and then Jay Money from Boyle came and goes, "I drive from Jersey." And it's like,
Well,
all
I
right,
think-
guys, I get it.
I
Well,
think.
sir, you guys don't live in God's country.
I think Vudo was his name. Vudo, the guy who was in on like the graphics team.
Yeah.
Chris. I think his dad and mom they have season tickets and they come from New Jersey like every week.
Yeah.
Every year, like crazy. But yeah,
So
I
I-
also complain about the 3 to 4 hour drive every week.
So I
or
said we
on the weekend.
collectively drive to watch a 1-11 football team for 100 hours.
There you go.
Yeah.
But Dylan,
Committed.
how was the atmosphere? How was the crowd? How was?
I was
is
not
the-
there.
He
You were
did go.
not there. I thought you were
No.
there.
I was supposed to go, and then my dog got
Frank
sick.
did not read the chat on Saturday.
Wow, Frank really cares what I got going on.
No, sorry,
so
10 minutes went by and there's 96 messages. So,
Yeah, that's also true.
One.
That
That's
is
called
very
mid-season
true.
form right there.
No, my dog got sick, so I was a late scratch to the game. He's
Uh.
okay now, so that's good. He's 10 years old. You never know when they reach double digits. You don't want to. So no, I did not go. But from my television, it seemed pretty rad.
It did seem pretty rad.
I think Greg I think I may have seen this on X that Greg, did you say that you car camped too? Like you stayed in your car like
Like a savage.
that's enjoy section 120 enjoyed the game thoroughly. Many high fives. I love that. I love that. How was the because I know that the Crazy Train intro was going around.
They finally played that. It took poor Ozzy to be dead for him to finally play it.
Was
So
it
Greg did
actually
camp
the
in
intro,
his
though?
car. Man.
Like, was it actually the intro? Like the team ran out right after that, or is that just a hype video they played at some point?
No, that was the beginning of the lead-in video, like
Okay.
the entrance video.
I'm a fan of When Worlds Collide. I just think that should be it every time.
I do too. But that's fun leading up to kickoff.
If
Crazy
they would bring
Train
back
should
the
be
comic book
replaced-
intro
Sure.
with
Crazy
that,
Train
that'd be
should replace
awesome.
Shout.
You mean where it has Stu holding a flaming foot, or no, like a lightning-filled football, and it's just turning, and he's like, yeah. That's my contact photo for Stu. When he calls me, that photo comes up, and it's one
That
of my
video
favorite
is still on
things. I love all
YouTube.
that.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So what are the big surprises from this game? Like maybe things that are positive or things that are negative that are surprising. I'll start by saying I'm surprised at the struggles running the football. And I know 3 yards per carry isn't terrible, but this feels like
It's not great.
that feels like that was the strength coming into this game, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I was surprised by that too. I was going to say that, Frank, that like, because especially everybody, it seemed like online was saying, God, these linemen are huge. These guys are massive. And I was just hoping that was going to translate a little bit better on the field, just with Mockbee getting a little bit more, getting a little bit more yards. But yeah, and then, I mean, to Greg's point too, like I didn't see very many penalties at all. That was a huge change. That was
Yeah.
nice.
That was nice to see. I think the surprise, and to your point about running the ball, I think we were just throwing it so well,
Mm.
and they just were committed to 7 guys in the box.
Mm-hmm.
That it
they
really.
were packing the box and they were committed to stopping the run.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was
Which I
surprised.
mean, if I were Ball State, that's what I would do too, knowing what we knew
Yeah.
about Purdue coming into the season.
Well, and yeah, because Brown's kind of unproven somewhat, right? Only 2 starts, and one was really good, one was not so great against Oregon. But I was surprised that although I expected Brown to do well, especially against Ball State, I didn't think he'd come out of the week the Big Ten's leading passer. So,
What?
you know, I get it. We played Ball State. Well, half the conference played MAC teams. So,
Wow.
What?
Well, I mean, and part of that too is how many teams pulled their starter as well.
Also true.
well, the team down south played some shipping company, and they had to play their starters all game. So,
Shipping company is
Yeah. Well, let's
a shipping company is.
let's talk about the other Big Ten
they
teams.
almost
I
shipped their drawers.
posed this question, but I want to get your all's opinion. But of the
We
teams
do have a good
that
punter. Yeah,
won-
he got nationally recognized this week too.
Yeah, he was very good. Out of all the teams that won this week 1, which team should be the most concerned? Is the question.
IU.
I mean, you
Record.
could definitely make a case
If
for
I-
IU.
If it's easy to pick on the little brother down south, but I would say Rutgers because they really barely squeaked it out.
God, I hate IU fans. They have a Bison
I
now.
don't know, Miami only, or Wisconsin only beating Miami, Ohio 17-0. That sticks out to me. I
Yeah,
feel
The
like
Red Hawks.
Bottom line is it's not us.
right.
It's
And I
not
will
us.
say, at least I didn't see it anyway. So shout out to the media. Surprising this week, there was a lot of like times where I would see people talking about upset picks here, upset picks there, and not a one time did I see somebody pick Ball State over Purdue. And I was like, that's such an easy target. I felt like that would have been, I never saw that. So like that was really nice. Like even when ESPN was like going over, like College Game Day was going over like their upset picks, not a one mentioned Purdue.
Well,
So
especially media too, because most media people don't really do their research. They probably just Google Purdue football 2024. Oh, they won 1 game, and then pick that as an upset. That's usually about the extent to which they research what they're covering. So
Yeah.
that
People
is
tried to
that
pick
is
Northwestern
concerning.
as an upset pick, but apparently they didn't see the Jersey story before that game.
the Jersey story, please do tell.
You
about
haven't seen that?
about the white.
Damon,
But-
you're
About
Is
the
it
what?
me or my?
Damon, you're
Damon.
muted.
See, I automatically assumed I had the bad signal. I was like, "Dang it,
So
I
did
lost
I.
them
Yeah.
again."
It's like Russ.
No, yeah. Northwestern apparently was requested by Tulane
Oh yeah.
to wear their white jerseys they wore after Katrina 20 years ago, but Northwestern denied them. Which that whole story kind of doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me because I always thought the home team set the
Yeah.
jerseys. So like, was it a last second thing? Was Tulane saying, "Hey, these are the jerseys we're going to wear," and Northwestern said, "Okay, we're bringing." Our white jerseys. We're gonna wear a white jersey that game. And then they got down there, and Tulane's like, "Can you switch?" And they're like, "Dude, you already told us what jerseys you're wearing. We brought these. We don't bring every set of jerseys with us." Like, or was it really the disrespectful thing that Tulane's coach was trying to make it out to be?
Honestly,
Mhm.
so I don't know because it's a pay game, right? Because I'm sure that
Oh, that was a
Northwestern-
pay game.
I would assume so.
Yeah,
It-
a
Yeah.
Big Ten school against Tulane.
It is.
Yeah.
It is G5, but Tulane has some history.
Tulane's pretty dang good, though.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
Matt Forte.
that's like a Boise State pay game. That'd be kind of weird. Maybe not on that level, but
No, but then they went blank green helmets, right? Isn't that what they did?
I think so.
Because they didn't have any decals on their helmet. I have a buddy who has a son who plays at Tulane. Shout out Derek Shepard Jr.
Oh really?
Kid's a beast. Makes me feel old because I remember him being a little fella, and now he's a defensive lineman in college
And-
football.
Sweet Mary, Mother of Joseph.
Yeah, but no, they went all blank helmets. I don't quite know the reason. Like, well, I know the reason for Hurricane Katrina, but like I don't know exactly why they went blank helmets, but it was cool. You know,
You guys want to hear a stat that'll make your stomach turn? I'm sure you guys have seen it.
so,
This was posted by Tom Diener a little bit. Oh yeah, you guys shared it in the chat. Actually, you guys all know this, but I think
hey, we
Sorry,
get to do this in
I forgot
person.
where I got my sources from.
Are you about to go to North Carolina?
Yeah, right. But no, the stat of the year, part 2 from West Lafayette. Purdue first quarter points last week versus Ball State, 14. Purdue first quarter points in all of 2024, 13.
Wild.
That is yet another reason why I keep telling people I know it's just Ball State, but it's still a lot to be happy about. Like, I'm not going to try to pull negatives out of this game because of what last year was.
Well, and I tweeted like MAC schools are better than your Indiana States of the world. So
So Russ, are you sipping the Kool-Aid? Are you chugging
I'm
the
a couple
Kool-Aid?
glasses deep, brother.
That's
Like,
about
I'm,
to say,
Okay.
you're gonna have to
All
refill
right.
the cooler.
Yeah.
Like,
I drank the dang cooler.
anything I didn't drink,
Okay.
I'm drinking this Saturday when I go to Southern Illinois. Like,
I can't wait to see you boys. I'm so excited.
I'm fully ready to be
Oh,
hurt again, man.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna all be there except Frank. You've got to come.
Frank.
You've
Yeah,
got to.
I unfortunately cannot.
Where are you
make
Just
gonna
it.
be?
fly the private
would have been able-
helicopter
I
in the
would have been able to
backyard
make
to
it
West
if it were
Lafayette.
an
What are
earlier
you going
game.
to Budapest or Argentina?
Just fly the private helicopter, man. Come on.
Did Djibouti? Djibouti go to Djibouti?
Big booty going to Djibouti.
Yeah. So
Insane.
So am I the only one here that's kind of looking at the glass of Kool-Aid and thinking about it, but just gonna wait and see, wait and get some other
No,
reactions.
you and
see if
Nick.
the other
Nick
people
hates
like it.
Purdue.
This is my thing. I want to
He'll bet on him by God.
I want to see if we can put 2 games in a row together. And then I will wait to see. So and I know this is crazy because this is normally not how I do things, but I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense, especially with it being an FCS opponent. You want to see that these guys are going to be disciplined and
Locked in for it.
locked in, no matter who they're playing.
And I think I've been telling you guys for a month, and I've been telling some people around work that I think Southern Illinois is a tougher matchup than Ball State, possibly.
The
I agree.
Salukis.
Ball State was picked as like a bottom 10 FBS school, whereas Southern Illinois, despite only being, I think they were only like 6-6 or 7-5 or something last year, they're ranked a ranked FCS opponent. Like they're ranked in the FCS pool, so they're
Yeah, they're
obviously
14th.
expected to probably make their playoff and be a halfway decent squad. So
So I mean, I was trying to think the last time we played a MAC school. Was it Ohio in 2017 at home?
Played a MAC school at home. When did we play Eastern Michigan? Is that the MAC school?
Yeah,
Was that-
no, that
I want
was
to say there was a
the rain
Kent
game?
State in there.
the rain game with the DJ Knox excessive celebration when he slipped.
That was
That was
2018
the
because I
last
remember
time.
that's when we started
That-
0-3.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
because the Ohio game was the first home game under Brom. So it was after that. But Purdue beat Ohio 44-21,
Yeah,
and they were a
that was a pretty fun game.
Let's just join the
That was a
MAC.
fun
That was.
game.
I feel like
Yeah.
that was when Brom. And I mean, I know that was one of his first games, but that was when he really, I feel like, showed his repertoire of like trick plays and like
Yeah.
stuff, and that was a lot of fun.
And
Greg
that
says
Ohio
that-
team was good.
Yeah,
They were-
yeah.
Yeah.
And then Greg says that with the schedule what it is, the team will look a lot better and may have a season final record which may not show that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Mhm.
So like the team, I think what I think he's getting at is the team is improved. However, the final record may not be indicative of the extent to which they've improved.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is that, yeah. That's the way I interpret that. But I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid yet. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not.
I've been
Like, in my opinion, that is how a Big Ten team should play Ball State.
Yeah,
But
That's
I
not a
will.
knock on Ball
The
State.
one thing I will preface that with: last 2 years, that wasn't guaranteed.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we
We're
had
doing
an
what we
opener
should
against
do.
Fresno State. Yeah, we're doing what we should do, and we
Yes.
did what we should have done against Indiana State last year. And I know Indiana State and Ball State are very different. They just are. Indiana State's just a terrible football program, and Ball State's a MAC school, so there is a bit of a difference. But I wanted to look competitive, but I'm not ready to drink the Kool-Aid yet.
I think going forward, my biggest concern, I think, is just the offensive and defensive lines. Like that's really like if that can progressively get better over the year, I'm excited to see like what the team can do. I really liked Ryan Brown's presence in the pocket. I think that he was able to stay in there in some higher pressure situations and make some really good plays.
Well,
I
that
mean,
touchdown pass, he got absolutely nuked and
Yeah.
still threw a great ball, and it looked really good.
yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
you can look at the stats. There's only one sack given up, but there were 11 total pressures. I don't know how many total dropbacks. There are 11 total pressures. How many dropbacks?
Was it
did he have?
34? No, 28.
Yeah, that's good. Good question. I'll figure that out. But 11
Well,
total pressures, not
yeah.
great. Like, but I think with Brown, because he was so poised, because he can make plays with his feet, it didn't necessarily look like it affected him that much. And so for that reason, it didn't seem like the problems were as dire as what those numbers suggest.
Yeah.
Because never once did I feel like, hey, he's under pressure. But even like that touchdown throw to Ahmad Branch, he took a shot like right as he let that ball go. You know, and I think Barry Odom even said in the press conference he took some hits I didn't want him to take. That's probably one he was talking about. But
Yeah.
29 dropbacks total for
Okay.
Ryan Brown. So he was under pressure on 11
almost
of
there.
those. So, you know, over a third, which isn't ideal, but again, that's something that you can improve on. There's a gelling aspect. Someone got hurt in the middle of the game. Luckily, it sounds like everybody's okay. Had to shift Ethan Trent over to center, so like there was some of that going on.
He did a really good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say too, one thing I didn't say in the chat that I've been thinking as I hear and see people comment on the offensive line play. And I kind of talked a little bit on the offseason about how historically when Purdue's been good the last 15, 20 years, really back to the Breeze era, is we have a quarterback that makes up for deficiencies in other areas, right? Like we didn't really have a lot
like
of great
O'Connell.
line play under the Brom era, but the successful seasons we had were why? Because of a David Blau going off and a Jared Sindelar, Elijah Sindelar going off, a Aiden O'Connell coming out of nowhere as an eighth string quarterback going off, right? Like we always felt like we needed to recruit bigger offensive linemen, better offensive linemen under Brom, even though we had all the skill position, everything else going on. But yeah, we still strung together, you know, winning seasons, bowl games, and even a, you know, conference championship appearance, despite some of the weaknesses on the O-line.
Yeah, we stayed in that shotgun formation. I tell you what.
Yeah, so I'm concerned. I want the O-line to play to be better. Does it need to be better to be able to consistently put out a good performance? Yes, but Brown's the kind of guy that he's obviously a tough dude. He's a mobile dude. He can make up for some deficiency, and that's kind of what we're going to have to do, especially with this year's squad. Hopefully, moving forward with Odom, we can build up the program a little bit more to where he doesn't always have to do that, or we don't have to have a quarterback that's always got the ability to do that. But historically, you know, we've had some O-line troubles and still managed to overcome it with some good skill position and good quarterback play.
Yeah. I agree.
We haven't touched on outside of Crew Wakely the secondary yet, but anything there that anyone saw that stood out?
Like on defense or just the secondary?
I mean, I guess specifically the secondary.
It wasn't bad.
I felt like it was kind of a quiet day, which in my opinion is a great day for the secondary.
Yeah.
Like typically the best secondary players, the guys whose name you don't hear. So
Yeah.
Like Corey Trice, for example. It's the reason he is on an NFL roster. He's dealt with
Yeah.
some injuries, but you never heard his name because he always did what he was supposed to do. So
Right.
I felt like Taj Rael had a couple of big hits. Haduri Hines had the one play early on where he knew his guy was going to catch the ball. So instead of trying to contest it, he just immediately got himself in tackling position, made the stop on a third down. And I thought that was really impressive. So, yeah, that was my takeaway. Not a lot from Tony Grimes. He was there, he was present, just didn't, sometimes the ball just doesn't come your direction as a defensive player. So
Yeah.
I'll be really curious to see what happens with him. But I think another guy who really stuck out to me with the impact on the game was Manny Powell. I know, he was in the press conference, but heard his name a lot. He seemed to always be around the ball, and I'll be excited to see what he does going forward. And Greg, it's hard to say Ball State didn't want to throw. Go ahead, Damon.
No, sorry. I was gonna say he's a transfer from UNLV as well, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
think so,
I believe that's right.
Yeah, a lot of those guys that transfer from UNLV, I was pretty impressed with. They, it was good to because obviously they played well last year under Odom. So it's just cool to see him in a Purdue uniform, kind of doing the same thing. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think
It
of
was
anybody
sad
that
that
really
our-
like.
And I
Our
hate
buddy
to,
Hank Purvis hardly played because he embodies Purdue in my opinion. He just
I-
looks like a Purdue player. But yeah, he didn't only played 5 snaps.
I hate to admit this, but I think Cignetti kind of set up kind of a good idea on a transfer coach at our level by bringing in a ton of people from the school you're at, and then you've got a good baseline of kids that know what the goals you're trying to implement.
Yeah. And then you see the opposite of that when you are a coach that comes from the NFL and you take over a team and you bring in 70 transfers and
Ooh,
UNC.
yeah, that game was rough.
Which is so crazy because I watched the first 2 possessions, like when UNC like drove it right down the field, scored
Mhm.
right away, and then when TCU matched it, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a good game." So, and then I went to bed and I woke up this morning and it was like, "Mother of God!"
yeah, it was like a hate crime.
Kirk Herbstreit was putting the headset on his dog by the end of the game. Like,
Yeah, dude, that was so funny. I love that dog.
Chapel Bill's off to a rough start.
Yeah,
I like that Chapel Bill.
Well, I didn't come
good.
on.
Talk
Talk about Alabama for a second.
woo,
Like,
Ooh,
ooh, it is tough
What's
times.
you
going
got
on?
a feel for DeBoer. Is it DeBoer?
I think
DeBoer?
so, yeah, Kalen DeBoer.
That's right. Yeah.
He like you got to feel bad for him, like in a way, because he has to, fill the shoes of Nick freaking Saban. Like,
There's also
shut
that.
up, Russ. Anyway, like, no, I think that's like, I'm not saying use that as an excuse, but man, like that's
just got-
Well, I think he's full on Ed O doing it, right? Ed Orgeron, like where he was like,
Hey,
he knew
hey,
he knew he
don't
was.
you besmirch Coach O.
You put respect.
But
on
I'm
his name.
complimenting. I'm gonna. You didn't even let me finish my point. You're like my wife, dude. You didn't even let me finish my point to
Wow.
actually bring it home. You're
Miss-
just attacking
Mrs.
me, thinking I'm gonna
Johnson
say
does
something
not
negative.
I
deserve
can't wait
that.
for her to just
No.
like come in the back of the camera. And just,
Yeah, she does check every now and then. I probably shouldn't have said that. No, when he was like
Piss
talking
out
about getting
here.
fired from LSU, and he was like, "Oh, they're going to pay me $1 million, and I get to walk away." Well, which door am I leaving out of? Like, I think that's where DeBoer's at. Like, and personally, he could have stayed at Washington and been a legend, right? He could have been their Joe Tiller, like he could have been, but he took the big paycheck, knowing it's a 95% chance it's not going to work out because you are following somebody like Nick Saban. Like, it's not going to work out. But he's like, no, but it's big paycheck. So what's the worst case scenario? I get 2 years and they give me like a $20 million payoff, and then I get to go spend a couple years on the beach and then maybe get back into coaching.
I
So
also don't feel. No, sorry. I also
you're
don't feel bad for him because like he's got everything at his disposal. He has money. He has the recruits. He has he can be like, hey, I'm Alabama. They're like, oh, I'm here. I'm a 5-star. Here, let me sign this paper here. Like there's like it. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not a coach, but I don't feel like there's that much effort he has to put in to put together a quality product on the field. Like, I mean,
70 million. Yeah. I don't feel bad for him at all.
Yeah, okay. Now you bring out the 70 million buyout, and I'm like, but
but,
yeah, then
no,
somebody
so-
posted. Do you mind? No, I'm just kidding. No, so somebody posted Nick Saban's old office, which was like this very nice, like wood everything with really, like it's old school.
Looked
And
like
then
a
they go to
CEO's
board-
office. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it goes to DeBoer's office, and they're like, it looks like a Verizon store. Like
It
they
does,
just
yeah.
completely.
I'm
and
majorly
and, like, this
paraphrasing
is when it went wrong.
because I'm majorly paraphrasing because I saw the tweet once and I didn't get to go back and find it. But there apparently was a media guy from Alabama that's like done media off and on for the team, and he talked about how he hasn't said anything, but he's finally going to say something now that, when Saban was the coach, it was like everybody crossed their T's, dot their I's, everybody was lockstep, behaved. He's like, when you're at the team hotel before a game now, they're getting DoorDash orders at like 1 or 2 in the morning, people coming and going
I
every
did
hour of
see
the night, like visitors in and out of the room, girlfriends in and out of the room. He's like, that stuff never like Saban, it was like, this is the curfew, and then the place was silent until it was time to get on the bus. And he was saying that they were even having trouble as a team getting on the bus in time to get to the stadium in time.
That's wild to me.
Yeah, so like it's apparently it's not just the office that's a little bit different with Saban gone. Like there's just a complete lack of organizational integrity going on there.
But is
You know,
part of that
Saban's
due to
gonna
the
be-
transfer portal though? Like You know, if you
I
can't beat
don't
them,
think
join
so.
them.
I don't think so. I don't.
I
Maybe at a smaller school, it's a little tougher to like have to be the enforcer. But at a school like Bama, you got people lined up wanting to play there. You got all the money in the world to pay people to come play there. You can. It's almost kind of like with Painter and Purdue. Like I know people don't think Purdue has the money, but we got more money than people think we do. But you know, it's because it's working and because we're winning. People want to line up and play for Painter, so Painter can be that enforcer. Like yeah, if you're at a smaller school where you're trying to rebuild something and you don't got the money, then maybe you got to make some concessions for sure. But no, at
I don't know.
Bama, I do like
still
Greg's
feel like
question.
these. I still feel like these guys, these 5-star players, have pretty big egos still, and like they're not beating down Alabama's door. I mean, they still want to get pursued, you
Check.
know, and
well,
wooed
but
and
what was
convinced. You know,
Ty Simpson, the Alabama quarterback? Wasn't he a 5-star coming out of high school? And he stuck
Sounds right,
around
yeah.
behind like two different guys, and he stuck at Bama.
But I do like Greg's question, and I kind of have an answer for it. Like I think we see that the coaches go to work for like I think now it's Clemson. We were looking at it with Tom Allen, or Ohio State and Ryan Day. I think both of those programs are kind of your get fired from a head coach job, rehab and go kind of thing. Because Tom Allen was at both, and that's just kind of my one thing. And I think that you've seen success, and maybe Kirby Smart too.
What
Kirby
about
Smart,
across
Georgia,
the
probably.
What about across the field from that Bama game? Right, Gus Malzahn kind of showing what he can do, play calling for Florida State against Bama as Norvell's kind of wingman.
well, I think there are two main takeaways from that game. One is look how bad Florida State was last year, and how they've seemingly rebounded. It's week one. Not going to jump to conclusions, but
Right.
So I mean, just to show it can happen, might be
Well,
relevant.
somebody also pointed out that this is a Bama team that lost to Vanderbilt and Oklahoma last year, where Oklahoma, if they don't beat Bama, they don't even go to a bowl game. So it wasn't even a good Oklahoma team. So yeah, it's let's not crown Florida State. This is more of I think an indictment on where Bama's headed now.
Yeah.
Well, the other takeaway I have from this game, and this expands to some other games this weekend too, I don't want to hear any more about the SEC being the elite premier conference in college football.
They're real happy they're going to a 9-game conference schedule so they can deal with less of these non-com games that are super scary.
I mean, Texas looked awful, offensively at least. They looked terrible. Alabama looked like they hadn't practiced. They literally looked like they got a bunch of guys together and said, hey, you all are football players. They may have said, like, you're playing this position, you're playing that position. Okay, go. Like, it wasn't, I don't know what's going on. We're getting flipped around, Russ.
Yeah.
Russ is flipping us around. But, yeah, I don't want to hear any more about the SEC. It just
means more.
So how do you all feel about a guy that most of us are actually kind of a fan of in Pat McAfee saying, don't penalize these teams for playing these games. We got to see some good football this weekend.
I disagree.
Yeah. It's not basketball. This isn't basketball where you get to schedule, 15 non-conference games, 12 non-conference games, and you can really see a lot out of a team for 40 minutes on the basketball court because of the number of possessions and the stats that go into that. But yeah, no, like football, you can't sit there and talk about how you have the toughest schedule and how you aren't afraid to play nobody other Power 4 teams. And then when you lose them, say, oh, you can't penalize us now for it. Can't penalize it.
Yeah.
Like that's exactly why teams like in Indiana play cupcakes because, you can't penalize them for losing to a P4 outside of conference. And they go, if they just take care of conference play, then they can get to a playoff or get to a high bowl game.
Yeah.
But we're
Like,
trending away from that, though. We're trending away from that, which I'm happy to see. I really am, because right now that is people talk about, oh, you can game the net in college basketball. That's how you game the CFP right now, especially if you're an SEC school where you're only playing 8 conference games. You schedule 4 cupcakes.
See, the yes and no, that's the whole thing that I think keeps getting missed last year with Indiana was everybody around Indiana lost. They could have knocked them out, right? Like Ole Miss loses to a Kentucky team that was their only FBS win, right? Bama gets dog walked by a 500 Oklahoma team, right? Like Miami falls on their face late in the season when they were undefeated and they only make the ACC championship game. Like there's all these teams had to fall on their face for Indiana to still make playoff. If those teams actually did what they were supposed to or expected to do, Indiana's formula would not have worked last year. It was also kind of a perfect storm for them, right? Like, look at Boise State was the
they played the worst of the Big Ten. Yeah.
as the G5 representative. What do you say, Frank? Sorry.
I say Indiana played the worst of the Big Ten. It's not their fault. You only play who's on your schedule. Probably the worst Michigan team in the last 10 years.
Yes, they needed
Washington
Michigan to
are
be
really
weak.
bad.
They needed Washington to be weak. Yeah.
Damon looked like you were wanting to say something.
No, nope.
Oh, okay, yeah. I at one point I thought I saw you try to talk, so my mistake. I want to go back to something Nick said. Texas will put up 70 this week. I don't know who Texas plays, but that wouldn't shock me. Wouldn't shock me at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're
I
SEC
feel
now,
bad
so they
for-
probably play like Stetson or Samford.
Okay.
I feel bad for anyone who is playing Alabama or Texas this week.
Well, did you
Let's see
see?
who those teams play.
Did you see who Alabama's playing? They're actually playing oh my goodness, Louisiana Monroe, who's I think Saban's first loss as a head coach at Bama. So they're like, oh man, like if DeBoer turns around and loses to him too.
That'd be nuts.
How's Alabama still ranked? I'm sorry, but just yeah.
SEC baby.
SEC, yeah. So yeah, Louisiana Monroe did win their first game, 29-0 against St. Francis in Pennsylvania. So Louisiana Monroe is off to a good start. Who does Texas play though?
San Jose State at home, and San Jose State just lost at home to Central Michigan. So yeah. they might
Okay,
be
yeah.
up 70.
Yeah. So yeah, Texas may put up 70. We'll see. But Ted's comment here, you still have to allow a 10-win Power 2 team in the playoffs. I agree with that. I really do.
But they didn't last year. Miami was 10-2.
The ACC
Yeah.
is weaker. I mean, just
Considerably.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. Oh, power. You're saying Power 2. I didn't hear the Power 2 part. My fault.
yeah, Power 2. Yeah. But no, I mean, you have to put a 10-win Big Ten team in the playoffs in last year's college football landscape. I mean, yeah, despite the fact that the schedule was a little weak, they paid money to not have to play Louisville. You know, there's just a lot.
It's tough because like you talk about again that Indiana team, they didn't play Penn State or Oregon, and then they played Ohio State and lost. And it wasn't really a game. Like it wasn't a blowout, but it wasn't really a game. So that's tough for me. Like the Power 2 landscape is so much different now with how you've got 20 teams in the conference. You play 9 games, so you still play less than half the other teams in
Yep.
the conference. So I don't know that it's a guarantee anymore. Like
Schedule disparity within conferences is going to be a really big thing now. It's going to be a really big thing. So I don't know how you solve for that. Extend the season. That'll make all of us happy, right? Just more games.
Depending on how the season's going, yeah.
I still say go to 16 game seasons.
I've been a fan for a long time to go to 2014 playoff. That's what the FCS does. It's similar sized. Like it's similar sized to every other sport and every other level. But for some reason, these old heads in football are like, no, we just vote on the 2 teams and they should play. That's how we should have always done it.
The old head talking about old heads.
That's how Russ can understand them so well.
Yeah.
The 2014 playoff.
Bring back coaches
Yeah.
wearing suits on the sideline.
Yes.
Hey,
And coaches
I
wearing
really
suit in
think we should bring
basketball,
that
damn
back.
it.
Coaches
I
wearing
really
suits
do,
in basketball.
especially in
should come
basketball.
back.
I think we should bring it back in basketball.
Yes.
Hey, Dan's here. Dan,
Nice.
your dad was
All
here
right.
last week, Frank or Russ.
On that
Yeah,
note, I
60
have to get out of here because I gotta go to bed.
All right,
So,
have a good
all
night.
right.
You guys have a
James,
wonderful
man.
day.
Come tuck you in here in a minute.
Yes.
Nick. That's what I'm saying. Nick, people are like,
Bill
"Oh,
just
just put
wants
every
to
team in the playoff. Oh, just don't ever. Where's it going to stop? Why can't we? Like, do we put half the teams in the NFL in the playoffs? Nobody complains. They wanted more teams in the playoffs.
That's Russ's
Right.
actual voice.
Oh, wrong.
I mean, the NBA literally puts half their teams in the playoff in the postseason. At least.
what-
Yeah, so.
1/5 of the teams in college basketball make the playoff, and really, it's a larger percentage than that because you consider that half of them are really just one bid leagues, right? Like, there's like 15. So you're talking about what, like 45 of the 100 Power 4 teams make the March Madness bracket. But if we talked about 1/5 of college football, which is what, there's 130 teams, which is about 25, it'd be 25, 26 teams. People lose their minds, but they want more teams in March Madness. But I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, what? 68 out of 364 teams.
Yeah, it's
It's
about
not quite
1/5. Right?
proportional.
It's a little bit over
Yeah.
1/5.
So yeah,
But again, like I said, that's not even a really good I don't think that's a good fraction to go off of because when 150 of those teams, 200 of those teams are in one bid conferences, so you're really getting, you take those teams out, you're getting 45 out of those 100, 150. So you're getting 1 out of 3. I don't know. I'm sorry. We're getting into too much math stuff. This is boring.
53 and a third percent. This is like have you guys ever seen? You guys
Carry
ought to
the
look up
five.
the famous Scott Steiner math promo. He goes into this whole like how he's got 33 and a third percent chance of winning and blah 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 da, 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 da. And it's like, yeah, you just got to look up Scott Steiner math promo. It's great.
So has anyone seen the line for Purdue and Southern Illinois?
No. Can I take a guess at it?
Purdue minus
I'm
20.
trying to find it. I'm trying to find it, and I'm
I'm
struggling.
trying to think, when did they post it? I don't remember when they posted the line for.
I feel like Wednesday is usually when they start posting lines. I feel like it's a little bit early. They might post the big games earlier, but in fact, I know
say
they
like
post the big
25 and a
games.
half. So I was gonna go with.
It's definitely in the 20s.
You think?
After last week.
You think with Ball State being 17 and a half, knowing that this is probably a tougher opponent?
Well, Ball State, I think technically dropped to 16 and a half, but yeah.
Went to 18 and a half at one point. Oh, we got Dan roasting Russ in the comments here.
First of all, math was always my good subject. I just gave up on it.
Attaboy, Dan.
It was so easy that it just wasn't challenging for him. right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a math teacher in high school that was one of my favorite teachers because he did his grading scale was your tests were 75% of the grade and your quizzes were like 10% of your grade, and then homework was like 15%. So like all I did was tests and quizzes, and I got about an 80 to 85% in his class because I knew I could ace the test for the most part. I could ace the quizzes for the most part, so I didn't do no homework and just coasted.
Yeah, but you got to think you had to etch them into stone, so it took you a little extra time. But
Right.
Abacus, sir. We invented the abacus. Respect on our name.
Did you have the little wooden like counter things with the little?
The
That's
abacus.
an abacus, sir. That's an abacus. That's what it is.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
I don't know what. I didn't know what the hell that thing was
Holy
called.
air ball. Dylan.
My bad. Sorry, I didn't know what a tool from 100 years ago was called. Could have been called a ball thingy. That
Oh man, Frank, I'm curious. What was Ryan Brown's grade on PFF this week?
Specifically Ryan Brown. Let's see.
Mhm.
Hey, we were green in a huddle.
I know, and we're
Brown-
dead. We're not dead last in the power rankings, I think, anymore either.
No. Well, I saw some power rankings from like guys at like Fox Sports or BTN that put us up to like 16th. I think just based on the fact that we won and they dropped UCLA and Northwestern below us.
I
Burris,
think
you're
that
not
we even
wrong.
have an argument against like being 15th, like having Rutgers go above us. Or
Yeah,
below us.
Rutgers, like you said, Wisconsin, like didn't exactly wow nobody. Like
Mm-mm.
Hey, Burris, put your next comedy dates in the chat, will you?
Yeah, we'd like to know that. So Ryan Brown, it was an 80.
Okay.
And for
Who was
reference,
the
that's good. That's
what
like
was the like highest rated? Who had the highest rating? Who had the highest ranking or rating out of Purdue, like overall?
offense or defense? We'll start there. Well,
Yeah, we can just go
there's
one by one.
answer.
So first offense.
Offense was Ahmad Branch,
defense, I think was D'Amico. I think it was D'Amico, wasn't it?
D'Amico Kennedy. Yep.
Yeah. And Harkless was
Russ is
second
doing
on
his
that.
homework. Yeah. Yeah. But so what's interesting, Damon, is the offense is like heavily like the top guys are further away from the pack. The defense is more evenly. Like it's D'Amico Kennedy had a 76, Jamarian Harkless had a 75, TJ Lindsay had a 75, Alex Sanford had a 75. So like they're very, very even. Where Ahmad Branch was like significantly, he
What was
had
he
an
at?
89.
Oh, nice.
89 offensive grade, which is insane. Michael Jackson had an 84. Ryan Brown had an 80, and then it drops from there to the low 70s. So
Yeah. Nice.
yeah. So love or hate PFF, they do. I think they do a good job. Nick's got some more dates coming on Friday. So
There you go.
so how are we feeling about Southern Illinois? I did watch a press conference with their coach, and he said some things about like we have nothing to lose and everything to gain, and we've upset Big Ten teams before. We're not going to be nervous. Supposedly they upset Northwestern.
All the things you want a coach to say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, Russ, I agree. This is probably going to be a tougher opponent. They looked really good in their first game. It looks really good. A lot of RPOs, a lot of speed. It's the main thing I noticed in watching them play is they have a lot of speed, like a lot of small, speedy guys.
They also played Thomas More, who
Dang
has
it, I was
not had a
going to offer
football team
Dylan
for
like $100 if he could even get in the ballpark of who they played week 1.
It wouldn't have been Thomas More. Although they're in Ohio school, aren't they? Thomas More?
Kentucky. They're like right by.
Same thing.
They're close to Cincinnati though. They're like right on that.
I only know that
border.
because I had a guy I went to school with played at Thomas More. So I was like, it's gotta be close.
Yeah. Nick asked Southern
think they're
Illinois is number
14th.
20 FCS team.
They
They were
started there.
20th when they played last week.
Russ,
but
do you
let's
know what a
see.
Saluki is?
It's a dog.
They
right?
are 14th now. Yep.
What
Yeah.
what makes
Hey, Dylan, do you know what an abacus is?
I'll tell you what though, I'm excited for the game, man. I'm really looking forward to it. It's a night game. It's at Ross-Ade. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I think if there's any worry about like the team just being better than Ball State, I think the atmosphere is going to carry the team past that. I think that we're going to handle Southern Illinois very well, and I think that it's going to just make people even more excited for USC that following weekend. So
They're up to
stoked for it.
15th now, by the way, Southern Illinois in the FCS poll.
I just showed them at 14th.
I'm on the NCAA website.
Do you guys want to
so
hop in a call yourselves and figure that out
We'll
together?
battle this out.
We're talking about
No,
math
it's
and rankings and stuff.
I'm on the NCAA website. It totally shows Southern Illinois 14th. I promise. Yeah.
That's awkward.
That's all right. Yeah, conflicting information. Yeah. So final question here. Over under 60,500 people showed to Ross-Ade.
Over.
What, for Saturday?
We had what, 54,000?
Under. I'd
for
say
week
under.
one?
I'd say under. I don't.
Under.
It might be more than
Okay.
week 1, but it's still a night game, and so I think that there's times where unless it's like a Penn State or like a high caliber opponent, I feel like sometimes night games people don't exactly show out for if it's not the home opener and it's not a big opponent. I don't know.
Dylan.
Over.
I would say I
Over.
feel like every opponent feels like a big opponent for Purdue right now, though.
I just feel like it's the first night game with the new head man. Like I you
All the
know,
new shiny things, yeah.
You're
Yeah,
saying
I-
over.
yeah.
Wait a second. My bad. What are we talking about? I thought we were over on attendance.
oh
right?
my
It's not-
god, would you
Yeah,
pay
yeah. Over under
attention?
attendance.
Well, you just
60,000
didn't you just say
60,500 is
that's the
number.
capacity, isn't it?
No, I mean, Ross-Ade's at 65. I believe.
Russell.
Okay.
Even
all right.
you don't know what the
Hey.
capacity is of Purdue's football
I am-
stadium?
I am not-
Wow. Take that and shove it with your
Abacuses don't
abacus.
count that high, man. We didn't make him count that high, man.
That's how old you are. 65,000 years old.
Wait, if I'm wrong about the capacity, then I'll adjust.
No, I'm fairly
I'll let
certain
you
it's
know.
like 65.
It's 61,000 is capacity. Okay, so I was gonna say what I feel like you were at capacity almost when you said that number. That's why I was.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
All right,
that's a good
let's
point.
Let's say 56.5.
Over.
I'll say over. on that.
56,000.
If you're going that low, I'll say over.
Yeah. There's not as much room as I thought I had there. So kind of scraps that. So all right, I guess will it be
I also
close
think
to
that
a
it's going to be
sellout?
over because, and even closer to a sellout because it's going to be a Saturday night. The students section is going to be.
We lost you again. Damon.
Again. Damon.
See, I puckered
Yeah.
again, thinking it was my connection that went out.
Same. Yeah.
Dang it!
Yeah. But honestly, like how fortunate are we to like be in this situation where we have a 1-11 team last season and we come near selling out our first game. Like
It's
so it
very
wouldn't shock me to see this
underrated.
game being
Like,
sold
that's
out.
a
But
very underrated story, I feel like.
Damon makes a good point. A lot of people, I mean, for me, the reason I'm not going is because it's a night game. It just doesn't
Yeah.
work out for me logistically. So,
So this is
what were you saying, Damon? I think you're back.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know what's going on with this cord. It's like super sensitive tonight. But I think that the students section is going to show out because I remember games like night games where I've been to a Ross-Ade where like you almost like not only is the game sold out, but then there are so many students trying to pile into the student section that they almost like shift everybody over like 2 seats because of how many students they're like allowing in and pouring. Like I remember the what game was it? Might have been Syracuse a couple years ago, and I I remember what exactly my seat was, but I ended up sitting like 3 or 4 seats down because there were so many students piling into the student section, and we were like right butted up against them, and they just like kept pushing everybody farther down the field. So, or the seats. So I think we're gonna have a sellout this weekend.
There's the bold prediction. Well, if y'all want to do scores, and then we'll wrap
I also
it up.
think that
So-
because the tweet that I posted about like 54,000 and this night game's going to be special, blah blah blah. It's got like there's like over 6,000. Like people are excited about it. It's like it's definitely blown up in the last couple days. So I think people are excited. People are ready to let go of the Ryan Walters era, and so I'm predicting a sellout for sure.
Baby, they let go of that era a long time ago. They let go of that
So-
era when he was still hired or still had a job.
Greg asked the question here: how many people were at the Friday game for Brom versus Ohio? According to this, 45,633.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought you
dang.
meant like Among Us, who was there. That's why I raised my hand. I was at the Louisville game too. That
just
one
the-
was fun.
Just the total.
Look at this.
people,
Look at
but
Nick Burris right now. He's such a hater. This is his final score prediction. 28-24
Purdue.
Purdue.
Okay.
I really hope I'm just calling him a hater and then I'm not eating my words next week. I really hope he's wrong. God bless.
Russ, what do you think?
I think it's similar to Ball State because I think they're maybe a little bit tougher opponent, but we also have a week to prepare and get gelled a little bit better. So, oh man, I'll say 34-13.
34-13. Okay.
Also, I did send you too. I think that you have a good point. I think that the initial ticket sales will be near sold out, but the resale market, because people going, oh shoot, it's a night game. I don't know if I can make that work. There's quite a bit of tickets for sale in the secondhand market right now.
Oh yeah, Russ just sent a screenshot. There's $6 tickets.
Yeah.
I think I got mine pretty
Yeah,
cheap
yeah.
too. I bought mine like a few weeks ago though. They've been cheap for a while.
Yeah, when I was looking at going 2 or 3 weeks ago to this upcoming game, they were as cheap as $4 at that time. So
Yeah, let me
for
see.
not bad seats either.
No, I got some
Uh,
pretty good seats.
At that point,
So-
I'd give them away.
Dylan,
You know, I
score.
was calculating up, the possible touchdowns and field goals, and I took
We know what's
the
coming, dude.
medians of each wide receiver from the Salukis and the Boilermakers, and I was on my chalkboard, and I'm really hitting the numbers. Forget that. Boilers by 1 billion, baby.
And
Whoa!
Damon,
What?
Damon, what do you think?
I think it's going to be something kind of similar to what Russ said. I'm going to guess. I'm going to go higher though. Again, I'm going to go 42-10 is what my guess is. And my tickets, I just checked. So they're section 108, row 9, and I bought 2 tickets for $30.
Combined or each?
Yeah, combined. Yeah, and
Wow,
that's like with
okay.
the fees and everything too.
We'll do a meet.
Pretty cheap.
So they won't have the Boilermaker special there for the rest of the year, from what I've been told. So we'll have a meetup where the Boilermaker special is supposed to be at halftime. So if you'd like to come say hi, come say hi. Big hugs, tiny kisses.
And Nick says he's not a hater, but our defense hasn't been tested by the speed SIU has. So,
What, Russ?
We're just gonna gloss over what Dylan just said.
I must have missed it. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I must have missed it.
Big hugs, tiny kisses. Come on by.
You know what you like, Russ.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But no, I mean, Nick has a good point. That was the main thing that stuck out to me when I watched the condensed version of SIU's game. They're really fast. So we will see what happens. But I just repeat my prediction from last week. So I think it's feasible again. 35-7. I was the closest of anybody. We haven't talked about that.
Okay.
And had a couple of field goals gone through, it would have been really, really good. But yeah, I'm gonna go 35-7. So
Oh my gosh, Nick. Oh Lord have mercy.
we're gonna go
Right.
ahead and
Listen,
yeah. I thought that was a reference to Kevin Durant. It's
Nope.
not-
Comment of the
not a
night right there.
reference
No, that's
Not
a
a
Call of Duty
reference.
reference right there.
to Kevin Durant at all. Yeah. Yeah.
Bless.
Yeah,
All right. Well, on that note, we ought to
yeah.
wrap it up here. Have we gone through all of our predictions? Have we did? I think we did, everybody.
Yeah, I think we are. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, before we end the show, we ought to shout out our sponsors. So shout out to Martin Vintage. Use code BXP at checkout for 10% off. Get you a shirt for game day. Go to CBB Analytics as we're all getting ready for basketball, especially after Purdue just picked up a top. I mean, it depends on what website you're looking at, but a top
Seriously,
shooting guard out of I'm not sure
La
where.
Lumiere.
Yeah, La Lumiere, but so pretty good shooting guard coming out of La Lumiere. Him and Luke Ertl are going to be just
Pass it
sliding
right.
right in and taking over after
I'm open.
Braden and I don't know what's happening. After Braden and Fletch leave, so go get ready for basketball season. Check out CBB Analytics to get ready for that, and then of course Cincy Blue Boards. It's a great tailgating game. Somebody should bring one to the game
Frank,
this
what
weekend.
do
I was trying to point to Cincy Blitz boards. It didn't work out. Dylan, you gotta do it. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-oh. There's some audio trouble.
So Cincy
Cincy Blitz
Blitzboards is a great tailgate game. You can follow them on Facebook at Cincy Blitzboards. It's a good time. Damon, are you still there? Nope. All right.
Those are awful.
So
Now he's back. Yeah.
Damon, are you back now?
I am. God,
Okay.
this mic's driving me nuts. I'm so sorry for Frank and all the audio editing he's gonna have to do later.
It'll be fine. No big deal. Well, with that, let's see what happens on Saturday. I'm gonna be excited to watch. I'll be sad being the only member who's not there. So I'm sure the group chat will be silent, and I'll just be left to watch it by myself and not have anyone to celebrate or lament with. But
I mean, Nick's not. I don't know if Nick will be there.
Oh,
That's a
you
good
mean
point,
the
yeah.
negative Nelly, Nick?
I can
Yeah.
swing by the house when I get back home, Frank. When I get down. back
okay,
down
yeah, do that. Yeah, I'll be up.
For
So,
big
yeah.
hugs, tiny kisses?
Is that going to be the end of the show now? Big hugs, 10
Yeah, for
kisses.
sure,
See you guys
yeah.
next week.
I forget where I
Frank,
got
open the
that.
door, Frank. Frank.